I am here today, and today's video I'm going to be showing you a modern day living dinosaur. Dinosaurs, I should say. Do they still exist? Dinosaurs today in 2020? As we all know, microevolution is real. Speciation and adaptation are real processes through evolution. Certain animals adapt and evolve over time, just like God intended them to do. I'll be having a longer video soon where I talk about this and God's recorded creation story in Genesis and how it all goes together. So, evolution is true, but, you know, certain animals do not need to evolve or change at all. These are called living fossils. They have remained the same for millions of years. They are perfect just the way they are. They have thrived on this planet for a very long time, and they did not need to evolve whatsoever. This is the part where I'm going to show you the living dinosaurs. These animals have lived alongside the dinosaurs, and they're still here today in 2020. Some, like the coelacanth, were thought to have gone extinct, only to have been rediscovered alive and well by human scientists later on. Don't worry, the coelacanth is not on this list. I'm sure a lot of you already know. Some people like to argue that there are only those animals in the ocean that haven't changed because they're in their water. Their environment hardly changes at all, so they don't change. I'm here to say that that's wrong, and there are many living fossils that are land-dwelling creatures. They're not just animals that are found in the ocean. Many animals that are on the land are also living fossils. Like bats and certain types of scorpions have remained unchanged for a million years as well. Let's go to the clip.
Elephant shark, 420 million years old. The elephant shark is a vertebrate related to sharks and rays that have been around for 420 million years. According to Nature, a scientific journal, it's the slowest evolving vertebrate in the world and can be found off the coasts of Australia and New Zealand. Elephant sharks have snouts that help them to hunt for shellfish in the sand. Their snouts are also covered with sensors that enable them to pick up electrical currents and sounds. Most fish glide effortlessly through the water, but not the elephant shark. It has large appendages that look like wings to launch itself through the water. Not all that dissimilar from a manta ray. The elephant shark may be prehistoric, which means it's had plenty of opportunities to evolve, but it hasn't. It looks very much the same as what it did 420 million years ago. Number 7. Nautilus, 500 million years old. At 500 million years old, Nautilus, a type of shellfish, is older than dinosaurs by 265 million years. It's found in the Great Barrier Reef, Andaman, Fiji, and tropical waters at depths of 2,200 feet and is considered as a living fossil. Nautilus have chambered shells, 100 tentacles, and a muscular hood, which helps it fight predators. Even in 500 million years of its existence, the Nautilus has changed very little. It grows to around 10 inches in diameter and has a white to orange shell with brown stripes. How this unique and ancient shellfish moves is incredible. Each of its chambers is filled with water and gas. By changing the gas content, it can change its buoyancy. It then ejects the water out through a siphon, which offers jet propulsion movement. It can move up, down, forward, and back. This incredible critter has a parrot-like beak that it uses to slice its food, and its radula, another organ, grinds its food up before it swallows it. It dines on crab, fish, and shrimp, be it dead or alive. For the most part, Nautilus will hang around on the sea floor, but will typically launch upwards as the sun sets in search of food. While not everyone will get the opportunity to see this shellfish in person, it's exciting to know that it's been around for hundreds of millions of years. Number 6. Imperial scorpion, 400 million years old. While not quite as prehistoric as the Nautilus, the imperial scorpion is still quite an impressive creature that's still alive today. It goes by the name of Emperor Scorpion and is the largest and oldest in the world. Oddly enough, it hasn't evolved or changed much since it came into existence. The imperial scorpion is native to West Africa, but is prevalent in many different places around the world. You'll mostly spot them in tropical forests and open savannas close to termite mounds ounce in litter and debris in burrows and under rocks. They weigh around 1 ounce, grow to up to 7.9 inches long, and glow fluorescent under UV light. Their natural blue and green coloring make them easy to spot and avoid by humans. The way they detect prey is pretty neat. They have sensory hairs on their tail and pincers and use these to detect vibrations on the ground and in the air. While the imperial scorpion might be quite terrifying to look at, they are a scientific marvel, and we're quite pleased that they are a prehistoric creature that's still alive today. But their venom may have properties that can protect humans from bacteria and malaria. In saying that, their sting is still pretty painful, and they use it for hunting at night along with their pincers. Number 5. Goblin Shark, 125 million years old. You gotta admit, not all animals in the wild are as cute and cuddly as kitties and puppies. Prehistoric creatures like dinosaurs were not a 10 on the attractiveness scale, and goblin sharks certainly weren't either. Goblin sharks are a prehistoric creature that's been around for 125 million years, and still is. They grow to about 13 feet long and live in the dark depths of the ocean, as deep as 4,300 feet. It's probably a good thing they do, too, for they're quite a scary-looking form of marine life. Their blood vessels show through their skin to give them a pink or red pallor, and they have an odd-shaped jaw that allows them to sweep their prey up in the most unusual fashion. They can also blend into their surroundings, so you never see them coming for you. The goblin shark's snout is relatively unique as well. It's what's known as a rostrum, which looks like a blade and functions as a prey detector. Its tiny receptors pick up electrical fields which enable it to sweep over the seabed and scoop up a snack or two. So far, it hasn't been possible to keep the goblin shark in captivity, and its preferred living quarters are quite far down, so sightings of this prehistoric shark are rare. Number 4. Frilled Shark, 80 million years old. Let's take a vote. All those in favor of the frilled shark being a prehistoric creature that isn't alive today say aye. There are no two ways about it. This 80 million year old cousin of the great white and hammerhead shark is a monster. It has 6 gills, 300 sharp teeth, and a hinged jaw. It's more like an eel than a shark and hasn't evolved all that much in 80 million years. Their small, sharp teeth make it challenging for prey to escape once they are in its grasp, and they can bend their entire body while lunging forward like a snake. Let's be thankful the frilled shark prefers to hang out at depths of between 3,900 and 5,150 feet. Any closer to the surface and we'd be a little worried. They swallow their prey whole, have 25 rows of teeth, and even have spines known as dermal denticles in their mouth. They also grow to average lengths of 4.9 feet, but females are often shorter. The female also has one of the longest gestation periods of 42 months, which is sure to make most human females feel a bit better about their 9-month pregnancy. Fortunately for those who are a little squeamish, the frilled shark is rarely found alive by those who spot them. Number 3. Modern-day Kraken, Colossal Squid. Sailors often spoke about a monster at sea that was capable of devouring man, and a lot of other big stuff too. While the monster became a legend known as Kraken, modern-day researchers believe it's likely what those sailors had seen was the colossal squid. The colossal squid can grow to as long as a minibus, up to 46 feet, and has eyes measuring around 15 inches in diameter. It's definitely not a sea creature you'll want to see in a dark, watery alley. They weigh around 1,650 pounds, and while they look similar to a giant squid in many ways, their tentacles and arms differ significantly. Instead of suckers and small teeth, they have swiveling and 3-pointed hooks, which are sharp. The colossal squid is thought to be as big as it is due to abyssal gigantism. This phenomenon affects creatures who live deep in the ocean, which makes the same species who don't live as deep in the sea far smaller. It currently exists within thousands of miles of southern South Africa, the southern tip of New Zealand, southern South America, and north of Antarctica. Pencil those locations in your diary as where not to visit for a creepy prehistoric creature encounter.
At nearly a metre long, the tuatara may look like a large lizard, but the resemblance is only skin deep. Tuatara are far more primitive. Their family tree split away from lizards more than 250 million years ago.
It would be easy to lump tuatara in with other reptiles like lizards, like geckos and skinks. But once you see one, it becomes very apparent that they are a completely different animal altogether.
The tuatara is the only survivor of an ancient group of reptiles known as rhynchocephalians, or beakheads. They're a sister group to the dinosaurs, but even more ancient and primitive. Yet the tuatara survived when most of its relatives couldn't. Their origins predate the dinosaurs by 20 million years. It's a history written into their strange anatomy. Tuatara have no openings for their ears and only limited hearing. But their large skulls do contain a remarkable third eye, complete with retina and nerve endings. Visible at birth, scales cover the eye within just a few months. Scientists are still uncertain of its purpose. But the third eye is just one of the tuatara's many surprises. Most modern animals have teeth that grow out of sockets. The tuatara's teeth grow direct from the jaw as one solid piece of bone, an adaptation perfect for life as a scavenger. The teeth work like scissors, allowing the tuatara to eat almost anything. When food is scarce, tuatara are capable of slowing their metabolism down, allowing them to survive for up to 12 months without eating. Their slow lifestyle helps them to live to more than 100 years old.
For decades, dinosaurs were thought to be gigantic, slow-moving, cold-blooded reptiles. The movie Jurassic Park, however, popularized the idea of dinosaurs as quick, smart, and bird-like. It has since been discovered that modern birds did in fact descend from two-legged dinosaurs known as theropods, a group that included feathered velociraptors and tyrannosaurs. Pretty much all modern-day birds can be traced back to prehistoric creatures, but some more than others retain features and traits of the roaring dinosaurs they once evolved from. If you're ready to see which birds we're talking about, then prepare yourself as we count down 9 birds that secretly look like the dinosaurs they are. Make sure you stick around for number 1 to discover which terrifying dinosaur your backyard bird is related to. Let's get started. Number 9. The shoebill. If you find it hard to believe birds are related to dinosaurs, one quick look at a shoebill will almost instantly change your mind. The prehistoric-looking shoebill stands up to 5 feet tall.
That's tall.
And can be found in the swamps of East Africa. Like their dinosaur ancestors, these menacing birds gobble up smaller prey, including catfish, monitor lizards, and even baby crocodiles. Probably, its most notable prehistoric feature is that giant fossil of a beak they used to communicate by clattering it together. According to experts, the hook at the end of the shoebill's bill is similar to the bone structure of a velociraptor. Now, if that doesn't look like a living, breathing pterodactyl, we don't know what does. If you think this creature looks prehistoric, wait until you hear about the chicken's older dinosaur relative. Number 8. Cassowary. If the shoebill didn't convince you, then take a look at those bird claws. The cassowary may look like a colorful prehistoric turkey, but these Australian natives actually get the crest on their head from relatives, like the Corythorosaurus, a duck-billed dinosaur with a similarly large structure on its head. However, in 2017, an even more similar dinosaur called the Corythoraptor jacobsi was unearthed in China. One quick side-by-side comparison of these two, and you'll see the relation. Its powerful legs allow the cassowary to jump an incredibly 5 feet high and run up to 30 miles per hour, which is only slightly slower than a velociraptor, but definitely enough to outrun a T-Rex. Before we move on, here's a quick challenge for you. If you can leave a like on this video, smash that subscribe button, and turn on the notifications in less than 5 seconds, you will have 10 years of amazing luck. Hurry up and try it. It actually works. Number 7. Helmeted Hornbill. Do you hear that prehistoric call? That's the sound of a living, breathing dinosaur. And not only does the helmet hornbill sound like one, it looks like one too. Its unique and vibrant beak gives the helmeted hornbill a striking, dinosaur-like appearance. But what's even more interesting is the casque on its head. Unlike any other hornbill, its casque is almost solid and is often used in head-to-head combat among males, as was often done by our good friend, the Pachycephalosaurus. Like their dinosaur relatives once were, the helmeted hornbill is also on the brink of extinction. But it won't be an asteroid that wipes it out. Unfortunately, the endangered bird species is often hunted for its magnificent, solid beaks and sold on the black market. Number 6. Great Blue Heron. Great blue herons look so prehistoric, their dinosaur history just can't be denied. Do you see those three-toed tracks? That's a feature inherited from their velociraptor ancestors. And if you take a look at a baby blue heron, you'll quickly make the connection between bird and reptile. Blue herons are affectionately referred to as pterodactyls by many bird lovers. Pterodactyls were flying reptiles in the age of dinosaurs. Although, genetically speaking, great blue herons are nothing like pterodactyls and share more genetic makeup with the theropod family of dinosaurs. Theropods, meaning beast-footed, are a diverse group of dinosaurs which walked on 2 legs. A family which included the largest terrestrial carnivores ever to have terrified our planet. Yup, we're talking